Still here? Still here?
You again. What?
I'm afraid not. We're stuck down here. I trust you can... Through the door this time? There's a key.
Thank you. Thank you. I am delighted and deeply honored to have been elected your magistrate. Yes, thank you. I'm delighted and deeply honored. And now... And now I make this solemn promise to you, good citizens.
What are you doing here? You're not supposed to be in here. Talk. What business could you My marital affairs are no... I think a better question is, why am I being I have quite enough marriage trouble already, without having to explain to my husband. Preferably the way you came in. I think it's about... an intriguing proposition. Go on. Perhaps you're not as silly as those clothes make you... You know, some time ago, when he still cared for me, he wrote me a Now, addressing one's wife by the wrong name is not unheard of among philandering I confronted him about it, and he stammered through. I let it go, eventually, but... Oh, aren't you charming? I'm quite sure my heart, it seems, our interests are aligned. I imagine knowing his true identity will give me... But first, I want you to bring me some wine. Oh, don't look at me like that. I know this must be hard for you to wrap you... Let me tell you something about Malleolus. He talks a lot about freedom. After all I've done for him, counseling him through his entire... He said it was for my own good, and that my drinking was unbecoming of a lady, let alone the wife of a mansion. Tonight, at his victory party, I'm going to get good and merry. And if he tries to... I am... You mean, aside from the fact that... Because there's barely any left in the city. In fact, there's only one small urn, as far as I'm aware. So, you're... Excellent. Now, you'll need to... I expect you'll have to flatter her a bit. If that doesn't work, you might be able to get some advice. I heard they used to be close. They both appreciate the poetry of Sappho of Lesbos. Thank you.
Oi! How did you get in there, you cheeky little stirkers? If I cop an earful from Malleolus, I'll be coming.
Are they? We're finally alone. I assume you already know who... We have? I must have... Is that about... Seems rather brash. You mean Duilius? Releasing him is out of the question, I'm afraid. Perhaps you're not aware he was caught multiple times, sneaking... Look, I can see where you're going with this, youth. It was not so long. Here we see to it that he has food, a privilege that would be taken. The man has no... I will not jeopardize the life... Thank you. I'll be waiting here for news.
Wow, isn't that a big long bow? Ah, you're here. I'm so... And I hope I'm not being too full. There's a light in your eyes I've... Oh, I see. You prefer the company of men. I take back what I said. So let's just forget that ever happened. I do, but I'm afraid it's not for sale. It's the lot. Everything except this. Really? That's your move. Unfortunately for you. Good idea. You had your one and only. All right. See.
Cerberus lifts his triple head and lets out his threefold braying.
Livia, would you stop muttering like the deer over a cauldron?
Whatever's in that great temple up there on the bluff, I bet it's worth a fortune. Oh, hello there, partner. You see, my plan was to give you a little fright, you know, like 2 friends, but when I opened it, you were gone. Partner, I swear, this is just a misunderstanding. Fine, fine. It's a credit to you. Very well.
Don't you just love springtime?
Oh, it's you again. Is everything all right? No. I did hear from Ulpius that she disappeared, but I'd been locked in Malleolus's villa for months before she went missing, so I... Really? You're going to give that... Ah. So you need to sweep her off her feet, then? As much as it disgusts me to say this, the thing you need to know about her is this. She's obsessed. One more thing, and I feel dirty saying this. She keeps a journal upstairs in her room. May Nemesis guide you. You mean my life story? Oh. Our father found good husbands for my sisters, but I wasn't, cut out. It was a good life for a while. Until we must have had 100 workers passing buckets of water, but they fell on deaf ears. The fire was relentless. My employer told me to grab what valuables I could and flee for the Tiber. I remember diving into the river, and then the next thing I knew, I was waking up on the riverbank not far from here. If that's your idea of a joke, it's not. I know what kind of person. I know what kind.
Oh, shiny. You. An accident? So, I do have a question, though. I don't understand. Oh, I promise, nobody else will ever know what you did, but I know. Oh, speaking of which, welcome. I'm Fabia. Sorry I was a bit frantic before. Need any? Terrible shame, that is. Maybe this'll help. The forum's usually dead quiet at that hour, so I came out. To be honest, I thought maybe poor old Dooley had got out, so I put my head out and saw someone in front of Virgil. I called out to them, but they just turned. All I remember is they ran past a lit torch, and the light glinted off something. So I suppose it could only be one of three people: Horatius, Domitius, or Rufius. There's not much to tell. I mostly just... I suppose it all started about 8 months ago. I was living in Rome. My pa had just arranged a husband for me. A fisherman's son. I was about to meet him for the first time when I came down with an awful... I spent the next week in bed. Pa paid priests to make offerings to Asclepius, a white... In the end, they decided I'd do better outside. But after about a day in a carriage, I remember closing my eyes for a bit, and I guess I must have fell asleep, because when I opened them again, I suppose the driver took off with his fee and left me for dead. Can't say I blame. Anyway, I went searching for help. Oh yeah, I suppose you're right. Hadn't really thought about it. What? You've been here a few moments and you're desperate to... Good people here. Galera, my friend Georgius is always mending our clothes, and Virgil makes sure... Well, I'm just saying, there are work... Oh, I try not to worry about it. Thanks. And I like your teeth. They're so white. And your clothes. And I'm sure he'd love to chatter about the gold. He'll be just across the forum. All right.
A new face. Ave, and may Vesta watch over you. Interesting. I'm not sure why you're telling me. Yes, I understand many of our friends were carried here by a river current. Yes, I suppose that could be something. But then what else? That's true. I know I wasn't entirely sure how it's as I feel. Let me ask you this. Did you happen to encounter a stranger in the forest before you arrived? And did you happen to catch her name?
Don't you just love springtime?
And was this... Because I've seen her before. There's something I think you should... But don't follow too closely. We can't have people thinking we're bathing together.